Good morning, traders. Today is December 5th, 2025. Welcome to Blue Sky Live's day trading stream. Please make sure that you read the disclosure and make sure you use money that you're willing to spend, willing to lose in the market. You can and will lose money when trading, and that all information here is for educational purposes only. All right, guys, we've got a jam-packed filled morning. We've got CPE coming out in about 56 minutes. Let's get our levels up for the morning. Let's see here. Get this up for there it is for the mobile users. NQ levels for the morning. You've got a breakout level of 25,756. First take profit is 25,839. Let's sell the reversal at 25,786 with a buy the reversal at 25,555. Breakdown level of 25,488, and your first take profit on that breakdown would be 25,410. For ES, the levels are 6,905. For your first target, breakout level of 6,891. Sell the reversal at 6,879. Buy the reversal at 6,854. Breakdown level of 6,842. And your first take profit is 6,877. For your gold traders, got a first take profit of 4,284. Got a breakout level of 4,289. 4,269. I'm sorry about that. Sell the reversal at 4,256. Your buy the reversal is at 4,229. Your breakdown level is at 4,216. And your first take profit is at 4,201. Those are your morning levels. You guys are looking for those morning levels. You can catch those each and every single morning inside the Discord. I post those levels each and every morning. So feel free to stop in the Discord. The links are in the chat below. All right, team. Looks like the market has given up that old overnight move that it made up. We broke out at like 6 p.m. And it was just nonstop grinding to the upside. Put an overnight high of 25,758 in the overnight session. Looks like we broke below the opening opening range from yesterday. Right now we're kind of flat with the opening bell from the Sydney Open. So pretty interesting. Like New York wanted no part of it. Either that or it was our friends across the pond closing out their positions and lowering their, just exiting out, waiting for the morning bell. See how this goes. Kind of funny, we broke a little above the orb from the overnight session here on NQ and just kind of bounced off it throughout the whole night. And then obviously here in the pre-market, broke under it and just retested it twice and then just dumped. You can see the retest right there. Pretty obvious right there. Broke below, dipped into VWAP, and then just started to ping pong around between VWAP and that 4 hour support, the orb high, and then just started to break down. Tested the 200 and just gave it up. Got a pretty nasty sell there in the open. Hearing some news about Netflix. I was hearing some news about Boeing. Boeing just got a bunch of money and some contracts, I believe, from the military. But let's go to Netflix. little scalp before the open. Good luck to y'all. Stay safe. Let's go. All right, Amaro. Congrats on that. Congrats on that one. Free trade. Sorry, team. I'm talking to the marketing team right now, so just going through some details with them. Sorry, team. Just looking over some information here. What are you guys looking at today? Anybody looking at any specific positions here in the going into the open? Nasty sell here in the free market on Netflix. We're just talking about it, barely looking at it right now. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin was selling too in the overnight. I was looking at that back at 90. It's crazy. That's crazy. We're back at that. Oh my god. We even broke lower than we busted down before a few days ago. My goodness. That doesn't look good. That looks like a bear flag right there if I've ever seen one. That looks like a bear flag if I've ever seen one. I'd be careful with that. Okay. Stop. All right, let's go back over to take a look at Rankos. Okay, so we should have a nice pivot. Hopefully, we'll hold it. We should hold a 200. I would imagine we'd hold a 200 here for the day. Yeah, no. We'll see at the open, though. We just got to know that, Maybe we'll get a dip below, or maybe we'll just get the rip at the open and the market will just start to capitulate. Really depends, though. We do have some numbers coming out today, so we did see that. We've got PCE. We've got let's see, Michigan consumer expectations that can be somewhat important, and we got PCE. So I anticipate that we'll have a decent morning here. I think we'll have something good happening. take a look at gold. I haven't even looked at gold here in the morning session yet. Gold looking pretty strong here. Actually holding up better than the rest of the market. It probably will get a pullback though. If Nas and everything else pull back. Kind of odd that it has not though. Not gonna lie, a little odd. Look like you nailed that tomorrow. Nice. Have you noticed that NQ has not moved in this week? Pretty much, we're in the same zone as Tuesday. Usually, what happens tomorrow, if you zoom out on the weeks prior, we almost always range on the market. You only get one. You only get one like rule expansion during the New York session. That's usually on Tuesdays. You get that move, and the rest of the time you're just kind of, in a range. It'll make you, and it'll look, and we'll kind of stare up, but it's not like a big move that you can easily identify. Once you zoom out for the week, you can kind of see it. Market just kind of progressively, day by day, just goes a little bit higher, and it just inches up. It's usually like that, though. All right, gold is holding up. Let's see. Let's see what we do here. I want to see what happens when we get to that supply zone there at 4,276. Of course. Well, I always look at the market from the options perspective, is because, institutions, their job is to make as much money as possible and cause the most pain on retail. So, wherever you can see that, another reason why you see that flat close at the end of the day, they can't have the market can't rip every day at close, because that means that you'll have the you'll it means that too many people are making money, and that can be happening. What's up, Nacho? Good morning. Good to see you, my friend. So you can't have that. That makes it difficult. Hey, Nacho, did I catch you on a stream last night? If I'm not mistaken, bro. Yeah. Did you see my win last night? Did you see what I won last night? Bro, bro. See. Let's see if I still got the screenshot. I know I still got the screenshot. Wait. You gotta see this. You gotta see this. This was insane. Let's see. Oh, it's right here. You're gonna love this. Oh, I more than got him, bro. I more than got him. Check that out. How insane is that, bro? Ended up bagging like 18K. It's insane. We're gonna take that down. Take that down. I don't get in trouble. It was insane. Oh yeah, man. Had the owner of the company message me and everything. It was hilarious. Let's just say we had a good night. We had a good night. Right man, I needed a massive win, and you know what? I got my massive win. It's insane. Man, I'm getting like hammered by like Discord friend requests from like randos. You guys be careful. Just be aware. No one from Blue Sky will be reaching out to you guys. So no staff from Blue Sky will reach out to you through Discord initially to ask you guys for access to accounts, for money, or anything like that. So just be aware of that. Make sure you guys, if you do receive a message from someone that looks like a Blue Sky staff member, make sure you look at their actual profile. Like my profile, I got a bunch of flair all over it. I've got all the I got a Tron animation. So you can tell that, someone spent money for that profile. And those bots, they don't have none of that. Still waiting for Riz to double my BT. Hey man, sign up. I'll throw you a depot. I'll throw you a depot, man. I'll spread some love. Hey man, that's Gamba for you. Hey, that's the cool thing about it. Lose somewhere, make it up on the other side. But yeah, it was a insane cash out. Good morning, MJ. Good morning. Good to see you. Let me get my chats up. I don't have all my chat windows up before we start getting raided across the board. We're getting some insane raids from Kick last night. All right, let's see. Let's move over to the hot sheets because I want to see the hot sheets. Oh, let's see here. No, I don't need that chat open. Turn that one off. Let me look at that. Oh, it's the YouTube chat. All right, so the YouTube chat is already up. We got both chats up. Oh, that's cool. Now I can see both chats from YouTube. All right, let me turn on the. Oh man, we're already getting botted on the Kick channel. About 8 minutes away from the open team. Hey, good luck to you guys. Don't forget it's Friday. Let's have a great day. Don't forget next week we've got some fantastic classes coming up. Hopefully we'll have Coach Becky coming back. And don't forget, we've got Steve Collegian's class going on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Tuesday is a midday session, and on Wednesday and Thursday, he has his Asia trading sessions. You guys don't want to miss that. If you guys are looking for an edge and how to trade the Asia, look for his class. If not, we've got Blasky also has been running evening sessions, and his evening sessions are pretty fun. If you guys are looking for a more relaxed, you know, leisure, fun session, definitely check out Blasky's because I hear he's throwing out bangers, and hey, some folks are making money. I don't hear people complaining, so he's doing something right over there. Glad to hear it. I actually been meaning to pop in, but he's usually on when I'm already working on other stuff. My chat box is here. YouTube bot. Okay, and this, that's the other YouTube chat. Okay, cool, 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 cool. I think we got everything all up and running. We're ready to rock and roll. Beat the algo. Bro, you should see. So I smacked on that, and then I hit a 260x on like Keno. So I ended up making like $700 on like Keno last night. That was even better. 270x. It's an insane night. It was an insane night. Don't come often though. I've been losing for a minute, so it's a breath of fresh air. Anywho, we're not here about that. We're trade. Take a look at ES, see what the structure of ES. Same thing in the middle of yesterday's opening range break. So let's see what happens here at the bell. 5 minutes away now. Could be an interesting night. That's for sure. Did I just get disconnected? Oh, that was Steve. Hey, morning, Steve. How's it going out there? Doing all right? See what I'm getting. Bending buy signals on NQ.
Exit, NQ,
Close
Nasdaq.
the
This is exit
buy.
point. Globex, C1 on the sixes at
Oh, market is ready to just
B5666.
look like
This
it
is the
wants to
only exit
blast off
point in
here
the
in the
segment.
morning session.
And the final Globex exit point, only bonus and intraday beyond, trade with caution. Price may continue
All
in the
right,
same
team. We're about 2
direction,
minutes away
even though
from
no
closing.
exit points remain.
Oh my goodness. And there's the blue detective going off already. What am I forgetting? I'm forgetting something. Feels like I'm forgetting something here in the morning session. Oh, that's great. I don't have to do that anymore. Nice. Should have our morning imbalances coming out here shortly. We've almost made up that sell here on the NAS. 20 seconds away from the open team. Hey, good luck today. Let's make some money. Have a great day, team. Good luck. Ding, ding, ding. There's your opening bell, team. Whoa. Okay, we're breaking through yesterday's orb now. Look at that rip.
Order filled.
And let's see what we do here at the bell. Can we break out and hold this level above yesterday's orb? As I said a moment ago, 25,714.
Exit.
Now pushing 25,746. Getting a nice candle push here. Are we going to get 777? Probably so. Since the blue detective has just posted up a 666. Unbelievable at the bottom. That's a beautiful trade, Amaro. You caught like the very bottom of that, my friend. Look at that. The market is just ripping. Reported. I would report him as well. At least he's not asking me if I dance with the devil in the pale moonlight, you know? Because then I got to go grab my picture. I got to post it in. Oh, man. Dang. Blue Detective is vicious, man. Look at he's savage. Blue Detective is savage in chat. Look at that. He gave zero cares about that. Well, where is everybody? Man, everybody stepped up for Friday. Everybody's already. Everybody made too much money all week. They didn't show up to Discord today. I ain't touching anything until after news. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm waiting myself. I'm being patient. Whoa, but I don't think Fridays can turn into like Friday rippers. That's the only one thing I dislike about it. That if you miss the rip, you just gotta be patient on it. Especially Trump just proved. Oh, Donald Trump just approved tiny cars to be built in America. No FOMO here. Coach Becky is in my mind. Awesome, awesome. She's good. She's good. watching the market right now to see what it's gonna do. It's like Steve's stream is having some issues. Maybe he's having some connectivity problems here. Yeah, I want to see us come back to that orb high. See what we do. It looks like Steve's. Can you guys see my stream all right? Looks. Oh well, we just lost Steve. For having some issues. Like I said, all right, will we come back? That's yesterday's orb. Morning, Nikki. How's it going? Good to see you. Take a look at gold and see what gold is doing. Gold rejecting already, pulling back. Look at Bitcoin. How's Bitcoin selling? That 739 is going to be sticky for us. That's where we got to get above. We want to see that upside move. We got to get above that. News in 20. That is correct, Scrubs. Thank you for pointing that out. The overall market is fairly strong here in the morning session. Bitcoin's still selling down. We're at the, on gold, we touched that breakout spot, but we need to close above it. So I've actually got that showing on my morning levels. Do you mind if I ask what time is consumer service open. Uh, customer service, like Blue Sky customer service should be open already. You should have RQ already in there. Yeah, RQ's up. Big Papa is up. Yeah. Oh, there you go. RQ says customer service is never open because it never closes. They've got RQ working across around the clock. You know, if you do have problems, you can also DM RQ. His DMs are open. Yeah, exactly. Right, Nikki? Yeah. RQ never sleeps. He's on the clock 24/7. Shoot him a DM, shoot him those sweet pics, but just don't call him late for dinner. Yeah, that's right. You can always support a ticket. Yeah, you can always put in a support ticket. You know, feel free to do that, and the guys will jump in there and respond to you guys on that. The only place I can get rest. Shh. Look at that, breaking down below yesterday's orb. You little fleshy fleshy. Ooh, that's nasty. Man, I wish I would have taken a short on that. That could have been beautiful for us. It could have been a nice short right there. Let's get a little sell off. Yeah, yeah, I think so. Stop. They said stop, no, and don't. Let's look at Bitcoin, see what Bitcoin is doing. Nasty low on Bitcoin right there. Yeah, it was crazy. I was watching Bitcoin around what was it, around 1 a.m. Or what were we watching? Ethereum? Was it Ethereum or Solana? I don't know. It was one of the two. It was either ETH or Solana. Somebody literally added. Somebody picked up like 12,000 units of it, and immediately after that happened, the there was a nice pump in the overnight, and it just sold so nasty. Like people took profit and they shot it right down so fast. Man, it was like, man, they are brutal. Didn't give that trader no time to enjoy his tendies at all. Now I'm sure he's well underwater because we've been selling off since. No bueno. All right, let's go back to NQ. No sense looking at Bitcoin. Testing the 200 and VWAP here on the 5. Got 55 seconds. I would imagine we're going to dip a little bit lower. We had a pretty tight range here on the orb. You know that? Now, looking at it, about 100. Yeah, about 100 points. Got about 100-point range. Oh, mine looks a little different than that. I'm skewed up. My second, my second place is Blue Sky. This coming year, it'll be first. I know that for a fact because I'm here a whole lot more than I. Well, I'll be here the whole year, so yeah, I'm pretty sure. For me, that Nobody wants spam. Who likes spam? Grody Muscoti. Tomorrow. UPS. How's your UPS doing for you? That CMG. Okay. Let's get our 15-minute orb adjusted here at the morning session. Get that tapped out. So bottom of the orb right now will be 25,677. Top side of that orb will be 25,774 for NQ. Let's move over to ES and get that 15-minute orb. All right, bottom side of the orb is 6,874. Top side of that orb will be 6,886. There's your orb range for golden ES or ES and NQ. I should do that for gold, but we pretty much have it right here. Gold orb is 4,258, and top side of that is 4,264. Looks like it's going to try to make its move up. We'll see, though. We shall see if it will. Still no clear direction here on the market in the opening session. Not just yet. You know what? I, you know what? Thank you for reminding me on that. I had not started that up. I was actually reviewing to see if we had gotten our review to get our account set up so I can start using OBS again. I still have to use a second platform. Thank you for that. Yeah, let me get up the TikTok stream. There are some trading discords that got wrecked with some crypto spam. Don't fall for those guys. Yeah, I was mentioning that to the team earlier is that I'm even getting spam from like randos from just random accounts. People. There's a generic message I get that they're a streamer from Twitch. They play games and they're looking for friends, and but it's the same message I'm getting from like dozens of people. Oh wow, yeah, yeah, wow, that's crazy. That's pretty sad. That's pretty sad that they would do that, but the season. It is the season. Not much of a movement yet. It does look like a little bull flag there. Does look like a little bull flag. Not going to say who, but be careful. Yeah, definitely. Dang. Okay. That's interesting. I don't know. Don't know about that one. We didn't have news in 8 minutes. I went long. Yeah, another platform. Someone stole the mod, got into Discord, then kicked out all the mods and started doing free giveaways and stuff. Oh my goodness. Gonna be a crazy, crazy thing here coming up. See how this man, we are moving to the upside though. That was 30 points. Yeah, it sure was. Sure was. But this is what we're usually looking for. It looks like gold breaking out. Gold is breaking out right now as we speak, attempting that resistance level I had mentioned earlier. Well, and you know what it actually, yeah, it's going for right now. We're at that breakout spot. We get above 4,277, and it's game on, boys. It's game on. You're a fisherman. You're late, my friend. You're too late on that one. We already called it. You're riding my tail here, man. You're riding my tail here. Amoro was up in that trade before you, man. He posted that like I don't even know. You guys need a collab together. Great trade, bro. Great trade. And I'm still wondering when you can get that cash out tag. You should open a ticket with support and tell them that you need that money back. I want the ambassador tag. I don't even have the ambassador tag, do I? I don't think I do. Do I have the ambassador tag? I don't have the ambassador tag. Look at that. Why don't I have an ambassador tag? They probably don't want to give me the ambassador tag because then I'm going to say I want to work at the embassy. No, we're not giving you that. I think as long as you got to pay out. Yeah, you just have to get a payout. As long as you get a payout, then you can get the money back. Like Scrub, gain a Scrub no more. Oh, you see what I did there? Sorry. It's Friday. It's Friday. We got to keep it light. We got to keep it light. Oh, let's see. Soxel are up. ONDS is down 5%. You guys know I kind of track some of those guys. Oh man, we got F1 weekend going on this weekend. That's gonna be fun. Last race of the year. Can Max Verstappen take the what is it, Constructors Cup? I think that's what he's shooting for. Lowell's Home Depot Rival Files Chapter 11. Who is that? True Value, maybe? Oh, North American Builder Supply, a Home Depot. Yeah, yeah. North American Builder Supply. I guess they're falling for Chapter 11. Oh, I'm hearing Lululemon is popping. Let's go take a look at that. Dang, look at that. No thanks. It's hilarious. It's the most. Oh yeah, look at that. Nikki's got Brandon Massiter as well. Directed funded, paid out. Nice. Man, you got all the flair, dude. You have so many tags. Yeah, you got a ton of flair. The market's just not doing much of anything. Doesn't want to go. You love you some Lululemons? Really? Really? It's crazy the way it moves sometimes. I just heard it, so I was like, let's go look. Take a look at Bitcoin kind of pulling. Maybe. I'd see what it does at 90,774. See if it actually gets a move up. What's that breakout on the NQ? Look at that. Got above that prior hold in. Can we hold the orb high though? That is the real question. I think so though. I think we should. All right, let's get the rest of this going. Pop out the chat where I wonder if I can get the chat from here to pick it up. Right there. Let's see if it pulls it up. Oh, I'm getting buy signals here on ES. Not activate. Okay. Chat up. Oh, there's the chat. Oh, thank you for the like. How you doing? Good to see you. Let's see. Are we gonna get it up now? Oh, yeah, we sure. Oh, it's gonna pull up the whole thing here. I can't just open up the chat in a separate window though. Hoping I can get the chat open on a separate window. It doesn't look like it though. All right. All right. We are live across the intrawebs. Let's see what happens here. Looks like we're gonna start moving. We got those buy signals going now. Sure, I'm on here. Okay, good, 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 good. Performance modes. I don't need to see that. That. And we are Gucci. We just missed our move to the upside right there. Man, what a beautiful move. I wonder if we're gonna have a ripper of a Friday. The market's just gonna just fly all day. My nose is peeling. My allergies kicked in like pretty bad a few days ago. I was like struggling with them. Oh, look at that move on ES. Wow. And just like I said this morning, I was like, I was expecting us to hold a 200. That was what I mentioned in the morning bell. So, Bay Fisherman, if you would have gotten here at the open with this, you would have heard me discuss that because that was the pivot I had mentioned was the bounce up to 200. But thanks for following up with your with your chart. Appreciate that. Looking good though. Look at that, holding man, holding strong. Could take it up pretty high up now. I'd say your first resistance would be at 25,875. That's a 4-hour support resistance level up above. All right, let's go back over to gold and see what gold is doing. Gold struggling. Man, that is a massive candle on Bitcoin. Wow. Look at that. Sheesh. Man, somebody went for it, didn't they? Let's see how much of a retracement we get on Bitcoin. Man, very volatile morning for Bitcoin. Look at that. That's incredible. That's a huge move on Bitcoin. Take a look at what ES is doing here on the 15. You got a good ways to go. Maybe some resistance at the prior month high at 6,009.09. And I missed out on that. I missed out on loading up on that orb pullback. I have a cream on my nose. I'm hearing like retail is ripping as well. Interesting. Look at the heat map. A lot of green, not very much red, and very neutral across the spectrum. A lot of companies are flat here into the open. So I would definitely keep an eye on that because other days we had opened up with a lot of red and some certain sectors were green and today not being the case. Mm, that's cool. Let's take a slow grind higher. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those days most likely if we hold up like this. Probably one of those that you just had to wait and grab it on that pullback. Amoro had the killer entry though. He got it at the very bottom. Unfortunately, I think he took profit on it already though. I mean, it's not even unfortunate. There's nothing wrong with taking profit. There really isn't. There's nothing wrong with taking profit. And nobody went broke taking profit. Today I looked at the SPY pre-market and it was up, which is why I looked. I took a long on ES at open. Any of you guys ever do that? Nah, I don't normally do that. Look for the upside on that. I won't base it off of that. Oh man, there it goes. Oh, nice. Huh. That's sweet. That's that's insane. I like it. All right. Go. Or not. It's okay. Copy wonder. All right, guys. See what we do at that 4 hour support resistance that we're coming up to at 25,861. Can we move and get higher above it, or will we stay here? About 13 minutes into the top of the hour. We've got 17 minutes until the start of power hour for the London session. So, those of you new, we're just waiting for London's power hour to kick in and see what kind of volatility they give us. The Brits across the pond will be repositioning themselves into the weekend since it is also their last day of trading. Might see a little bit of a pullback here. We'll see. I'd like a little bit of a pullback, get that entry in for a long. Unless, we're just gonna go. This thing don't have to stop. I mean, it could take another hour for it to take a breather and let us in. That's just the unfortunate fact about the market sometimes. Bet you the options chain is already juiced. I actually haven't even looked at the options chain. I was just like, take a look at this. See what we got on the options chain for today. Q. Let's see here. One out the money is going to cost you 63 cents. About open interest is like 13,000 on 630 calls. Wow. That's pretty crazy. How's it going, viewers out there on TikTok? Good to see you all. If any of you all have any questions, I've got chats open across the spectrum. I've got Kick Chat, X, my YouTube chats. So if any of you all would like to see me take a look at a chart or have a question, feel free to drop that in the chat. If not, stop in the Discord. You know, check out our great informative classes that we have. We've got some great mentorships. We've got a podcast coming up. You know, Coach Matt's class. Unfortunately, he won't be here for Power Hour today. What a shame. No Power Hour with Coach Matt today. No fair. Or maybe he will be. Looks like he's on the schedule this afternoon. So maybe we will see Coach Matt here this afternoon then. Or not. TradingView live trading issues reported of non-tradable symbols. We are receiving reports that are issues with TradingView showing non-tradable symbols, even though it is active. Now that shouldn't affect most of you guys. Those are people trading live accounts, so that would be more me. Use the Ford count. Probably gold. Use the Ford contract. What, what are you? Are you talking about a specific contract expiration? Is that what you're saying? Get a little bit of a pullback here on NQ. Maybe you'll give us that entry. Go back over here. Jeez. Oh my God. Why did we miss this? Why did we miss this? I'm just gonna wait. No, I'm getting it through AMP, one of my live accounts. Those guys always send me emails though. They got a pretty decent support desk, usually during rollover. And not yet. You know that, Scrubs? The Blue Detective is not throwing the 888 yet. He's not posted that. Gold looks like it's gonna make another attempt to make a leg up. Let's see, can it do it? Can it do it? Got a minute, got 2 minutes left on this 9 minute candle. Let's see if it continues. There's that pullback here on NQ. Get back over there. Pull him back. Pull him back. Is it gonna let traders in? Almost a 10% move on natural gas. Natty gas, huh? I don't ever trade natty gas. I don't like some of those because the spread is too big on those. If I trade those, the spread is so big that my entry won't be great. You got to do a limit order. But if you do a limit order, you may not get filled. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, sorry about that. That's the only bad thing about it is that sometimes with the limit order, if the spread is too big, you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get your fill, and then you're just kind of stuck. It's one of those things that you gotta be okay that if you don't get filled, you're all right with that. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta be like, okay, if I don't get filled, I'm not gonna chase it. It just didn't happen. So it's just my thing is that you just gotta kind of be stick to your convictions, stick to your rules, all that good stuff. A decent sell there on NQ. That's where I messed up. I get it. See money on my cash account. Good. $886 is also the 168 1618 fib extension of yesterday's daily. Mm. So I guess you could imagine that you would see a pullback at that, right? Or a rejection from that spot, possibly. Because that would be your 50% retracement, wouldn't it? Only bad thing is it's Friday, you know? That's the only bad thing about that, Richie, is it's Friday. I mean, yeah, but I mean, we could still pull back, but if it's an uptrend, then it's just gonna keep going. You know, really, that's just a matter of how you trade it and what you're gonna trade based off of it, you know? Are you scalping that? Are you saying that, you're gonna get a rejection, you're gonna write it all the way down? I mean, look at Bay Fisherman. Bay Fisherman's already, like, massively short, and he's writing it all the way down to the bottom, you know? I'm waiting. I'm waiting right now. I missed my entry here at the open. I was looking at some other details. You're short LP? Alright, good luck to you, sir. Good luck to you. I'm just on hands. I'm waiting right now, though. You're short. Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. Good luck. As long as you manage your stops. I counter trade people all the time. You see me plenty of times. I mean, look, man, I messed up yesterday because you guys saw me. With Coach Matt. I had it that long. I didn't even get stopped out. I ended up like taking a loss for like $50, and it was so dumb. Is one. You know what? I should have just stuck to the trade and let the trade do what it needed, and I would have made a ton of money at the end of the day instead of me taking like a $50 loss. But price was just moving so slow. I was looking at other stuff. It wasn't really even that. It was just that I wanted to keep my profit because I've been working on that competition. So that was the biggest thing to me. And I was like, man, I should just held it. I should just held it. It would have paid so much money. Otherwise, we're just gonna have a slow grind up. Stair climb up. Maybe towards the end of the day, you might get a little bit of a sell. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna take my time. I'd like to see us come down, maybe test a 9 EMA on NQ. That would be 25,870. Maybe give us a little wick into 25,791. That would be nice. Maybe give us that entry. That'll let some of you guys that are short take some profit on that. I wouldn't imagine you guys are trying to short like all the way down to the London low. Well, maybe to zero, Jaja. Well, even better. Right it is zero. The options chain is all tilted to the buy side, though. Like everything is to the buy side. Nothing is like. I mean, there is sell sided, but it's not like what the rest of it is. What was just tag me in something? I saw something. Was that you? There's that pullback I was just mentioning. I'm looking at like QQQ 632s. I got my eye on those. Either those or maybe like a 630. 630s wouldn't be bad either. Let's just see what we end up doing here. See how far this pullback holds. If the market is selling off, I want it to sell down to zero. If it's going up, I want to buy it to infinity. I'll tutor Jones. This might be the start of the center rally. It's hard to say. You might be right. It may very well be, you know. We've got numbers coming out next week. Let's see what other news bits we have coming out in the morning session. Has everything already dropped so far? Yeah, all our numbers have already dropped. PCE came out in line. Michigan index came in a little higher than expected. Personal income, personal spending higher. Well, personal income month over month came in a little higher than expected. And we just got we've got oil rig counts and consumer credit change later this afternoon. So still got nothing major in my opinion. What's that guy talking about? When you're a good boy, you get a hot dog. You get cold. Man, y'all been hanging out with Tip too much. If Japan keeps raising the rates, the party is going to be over. Maybe, maybe depends on what we do to combat them. Looks like gold is continuing to, grind higher. It's getting close to my first take profit spot. So if you guys saw those morning levels, we're pretty close to it. I'm telling you guys are missing out. Take a look at gold real quick. My morning target for gold was 4,283, and we're just a few points away from it, less than 10 points. How about? Yeah, yeah, that's 5, 6 points away from it. Beautiful trade on that one. Yes, struggling as well. Getting close to that mark now. Is the party over though? Are they gonna sell it from here? That's the real question. Will they start to sell it? Is this just a breather before it continues? Oh, I guess I didn't mute up. Sorry about that. Yeah, I want to see if we can get that pullback. Doesn't seem like it wants to. Bears are struggling to try to get it under. Quite a bit of volume on the candle though. This candle, we got about 3,000 orders on the chain. What? I'm sorry, 2,000. About a little over 2,500 orders on the chain for NQ. This 5 minute candle, and there it goes. Let's see if we can get that next leg up. We're 2 minutes into London Power Hour team, by the way. And there's that push. And it's just not the right time yet. I'd like a little bit more of a pullback before I take an entry on it. I hate going long at the top. You know, you guys know that. I would definitely like a little bit of a pullback here so I could have a better confidence in taking the long. But I mean, if we pop, we're gonna pop. It's just gonna go. Yes, above 6,900 is good. Yeah, sitting at 6,903 right now. It looks like it wants to go. It definitely looks like it wants to go. Will it go is the better question. The question of the day. Does she have it in her to go? Hmm. You've already broken my upper band for the morning on you, taking out those highs. Hmm. Now we're catching that pullback here. QQQ starting to pull back. It would be really sad, but it would not be uncharacteristic. You know, it's one of those things that's what's going to cost the most amount of pain. Do you think BTC fall from here or turns around? Let's take a look at BTC and see what it's doing. It's got a bull flag. I think we'll continue up. There's a lot of manipulation going on Bitcoin now, though. Before we had a lot of technical movements on Bitcoin. Bitcoin would move more natural. It was an easier trade, and now the market has changed quite a bit. So with institutions in, they brought a lot of manipulation to the market. I feel, so yeah, it's interesting. I think we'll bounce though. I had mentioned to Coach Matt like a few days ago that the daily pivots I saw, were it looks like it looked like we already have. I mean, we technically have. I mean, we have not breached our lows. We have not breached our lows. And you look here on the daily, ay ay ay, right there. Sorry about the lines. Apologize. Those are just my levels on this. But if you look at it here, you could start seeing like some kind of trend line form. We've already broken below it though. We still got it. We still got 8 hours on this candle. But the mark, Bitcoin is already curled over. So okay, so framing fr- framing it in my mind, this is how I would look at it. Today is Friday. Bitcoin usually sells over the weekend. Bitcoin almost always, like crypto, always sells over the weekend. So the whales that are in crypto, they usually liquidate their positions on the weekend or on Friday because a lot of those guys are. There's a good chunk of them that are gamblers. So I know that they move their coins out of the exchanges and they go play games. So that's why you see those massive exits out of the exchanges, and you see those big coins, a large sum get moved. Because some of those guys will gamble. You guys would be frankly surprised the dollar amount that's happening, but it's in the millions. So that's what I think. That's exactly what I think. That's why you see the liquidations kind of happen on Friday, and then on Sunday you start seeing the money flow back in, where they're taking them out of the casinos and then they start moving it back to the exchanges because it is such a huge amount of money that's coming out of the exchanges, and it's not going anywhere. They're not being sold. Coins aren't being sold, and we can pretty much, we can kind of say that because we don't see those drastic sell-offs. You do see dips in the market, but I think that's actually what happens. I think that's what you see is you see those guys pulling their money out of the exchanges, and that's what makes the price dip. So I think that maybe, if you're looking for a longer term trade, and it depends on what you're doing. Like if you're trying to take an intraday position, I would definitely be looking at the short probably for the time being. But if you're looking to try to see if you could get a swing along, I would wait until Monday. That would be my best suggestion. Is I would wait until Monday or wait until the Sydney Open on Sunday. Going into that event, usually around midday for me. So that would be like 11 a.m. CST, 11 a.m. CST, or even like yeah, between there and like 1 Eastern. You should have a clear idea of what exactly the market is gonna do. Yeah, no worries. Good luck on that. Yeah, Bitcoin normally doesn't rally on the weekends. Just a heads up. Bitcoin normally doesn't start ripping on the weekends. It usually does sell. All right. Good luck to you on that. Hope it works out for you, my friend. Keep me posted. I'm all about the crypto coins. I love me some scam coins. I don't think they're a scam. It's just me being like, me just being a little salty. All right, that's just me being a little salty, man. That was Bitcoin. You know, I got a bone to pick with it. I'm still mad. I lost my bitcoins from Mount Gov, so I am salty because of that. If ES loses 6,900, I might short everything. I mean, you just did. You're 50 cents below it. I don't know what you're gonna do, but you better do it now. Just don't take the shirt off your back and start shorting it. Confirm. My upside targets have already been completed for NQ though, so it makes it really difficult to have much more left in the tank for upside. Can they invalidate this bull flag? Absolutely. Will they? I have no idea. I'm about 10 minutes into New York, London power hour now. So a little bit of what I would expect, which would be the London, our friends across the pond taking some profit here on this nice move up because they were waiting for that open just like we were. So that would be the easiest trade right now is to short it off that 4 hour support resistance at let's see 25,880. So you short sellers should be making some bank, but I would definitely be managing that position because we have had an uptrend here in the morning session, and the overnight was a slow grind to the upside. So, you know, shorting the market right now is still kind of counter trend. So you just have to bear that in mind. There's nothing saying that we're selling off or we're in a sell cycle. Definitely. The trend is still bullish. Correct, Jaja. Bay Fisherman should be doing well, though. I think he's been shorting it for like the last 10 or 15 minutes. So I think he took a short right out the top. Working out so far. Still short, watching 808. Right on. Right on. Oh, there goes that sell now. Oof. So much for that upside day. But like I always say, the money's made in the morning, not in the afternoons on Fridays. You know, Testing the 90 MA here on the 5 minute. Got about a minute 40 left. I think we will get that test of that orb high. It looks like it. We're structured for it. The real question will be is what does the next 5 minute candle do? Will it hold this line and start to pull up, dip a little bit lower, maybe get a wick down to that 25,800 mark, and then bounce from there? That's what I would imagine. There's that sell. Yeah, great job on that, bait fisherman. Keep grinding that out, bro. A10 filled. You should get the 800 tap though. I want that 26 tap though. That's what I want. I want the 26 tap so I can get reloaded. So I can load up. I want to load up today on it, but I want it to tap that 26 for me. Come on. There's not a lot of volume on that candle. Look at that. About 400, 500 orders. Not a massive amount of orders on that sell candle. Really, really interesting. Good. That's disgusting. Wow. Come on. Get us down. Do it. You know you want to. You know you want to. Got 3 minutes left on this candle. Looks like we're gonna sell though. Pulling off some. How much further will it pull back though? That's my real question. You know what? I'm taking off today. Coach Becky distraction video is all I'm thinking. I got distracted signing docs for Sim Funded and I don't want to mess up. Stay safe, have fun, make some money. Amaro, congrats, brother. You couldn't be more right. You could not be more right. If you guys have made money for the day, you know, enjoy your Friday. Happy weekend. We did it. We made it to the weekend. I don't know how we did it, but we did it, team. So take advantage of that. Get out, enjoy the holidays, you know, spend some time with a loved one or go out and have some lunch. You earned it. Go out, have a margarita for me. You know me, my poison is a margarita. So go enjoy yourself. Steve will send the slacker gift soon enough. I don't even think Steve is here. I think he's having some technical issues. You can get away with it right now. that it? Is that it?